Hey everybody, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. This is the Powerhouse Fence Show. My name is Dan Turbyville, and hopefully you can hear me. I think that you can, but if somebody wants to confirm, that would be awesome. Our show is brought to you by Memphis Fence Company, MFC Manufacturing, Simpalo, and we partner with the Thornton Fence Consulting Group and Fence News. I think we have links to all of that in the description. Today's episode is going to be brief. I'm just going to kind of talk about some stuff that's coming up at FENCETECH next week and not get too deep in anything, honestly. I am at the house. We're snowed in right now. We've had, in typical fashion, at this in the South, we got sleet and freezing rain and stuff like that. And then it snowed on top of it. So we've had some pretty icy conditions down here. And we haven't made it to work here in the past couple days. Uh, if you cannot hear me, please let me know. So yeah, like I said, we've had some snowy, icy conditions and stuff like that here for the past couple days. Crazy thing is, the exact same thing happened last year. The week before FenceTech, it snowed and iced and all of that. And we drove last year since it was just up the road in Nashville, and we had to fight through pretty icy conditions once we got there and getting everything prepared to leave and all that. So we this year we lost a few days of prep time as well, but fortunately we were able to get everything together and get it all ready to go out the door. So yeah, same thing again this year. We're snowed in, losing a few days of what would have been prep time, but that's okay. We're gonna make it. So thank you everyone for listening. I somebody signed up for Simpalo either today or yesterday, and he said that he had he had found us when he was riding in his skid steer, I think, and binge listened to about 6 or 8 episodes and heard about Simpalo and decided to sign up. So that's cool. Not really the reason why I do this, but it's just cool to hear that people are listening, and somebody to sit there and binge watch 6 or 8 episodes is pretty cool. So thanks everybody for listening. It's cool. I appreciate it. So I wanted to tell you a story before I get too far. Something that happened to me today that was pretty interesting. I get a phone call this morning, and I missed the call, but I called him back, and it was someone calling, claiming to be from Citi, like the credit card company, right? And so this person says, "Are you trying to charge $2,000 on Amazon right now?" And I was like, "No, no, I'm not." And they said, "Well, did you try to charge $900 on eBay 20 minutes ago?" And I was like, "No, that wasn't me either." So the lady says, "Okay, well, we'll get your card canceled, and we'll block the charges, refund that, make sure nothing happens, and then we'll send a new card out to you." I was like, "All right, cool." And they said, "Well, before we go any further, I need to get some personal information from you to verify you are who you say you are." And so I was like, "Wait a minute. How about you give me some information so I can verify you are who you say you are?" And so we kind of went round and round that circle there for a little bit. And I was like, "How do I even know you're actually from City, right? You could just be a random person calling me trying to collect my information, acting like you're a credit card." So then I thought about when I called them, it said, "Please state your name so Google Voice can try to connect you." And I was like, "Oh, well, there's a red flag that I kind of just breezed right over there at the beginning." And then, like I said, we just went round and round with this stuff for a little while. And so then it turned into like extortion. And so this lady's like, "Oh, if you don't give me your personal information and verify your identity, then you're going to have to pay for these charges out of your pocket." And I was like, "Nah, I don't think I will," right? I mean, every time I've ever had fraud before on a credit card, I said I get a text, I get an email, and then maybe I get a phone call, but I didn't get any of that other stuff. So I went and checked my account. I locked the card, and I don't know. I don't think that it was a real call, right? But either way, if it was, then I'll report it on my statement and things like that as usual. But just wanted to say, just be careful when they call you like that because it could be real, but there's also that chance that it's just somebody trying to collect your information. And that way they actually can use your credit card. So it was a very interesting experience for me. So, anyway, a few things that are coming up at FinceTech. This will be a short episode, it's not going to be very long, not really getting too deep into anything. I do have the kids downstairs and the wife downstairs, and I can hear like children yelling in the background and stuff. So try not to stay away from them too long. But so Tuesday morning at FinceTech, we're doing a YFP or Young Fence Professionals, which really is like a new fence professionals, right? Or maybe new to AFA even. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're a young person, but it really is like our objective is to try to get you connected and get you involved in AFA. We're gonna have quarterly like regional meetings or quarterly national meetings. I'm sorry. And then I think monthly regional meetings moving forward after FinceTech. But there will be, like I said, Tuesday morning, 9:15 to 10:45. It's going to be like a round table. There will be, a panel up on stage, and then there will be people at tables, and it'll break up into like smaller groups and stuff like that. But it'll be a good introduction into YFP, and we're gonna. There's a whole list of questions that they intend to cover at the event, but it's free, so definitely something worth checking out. Like I plan to be there, and I think it'd be cool to have a full room of folks there. So if you're going to be at FinceTech and you're available, stop by Tuesday morning and check that out. Then, of course, Tuesday night, the Pickets and Peaks party. So the biggest fence party of the year. I mean, that thing just keeps growing more and more. And it's, I mean, they go all out for this thing. It's pretty crazy. I know last year we took some video of it and we were kind of like live at the kickoff part. Well, no, we weren't live, but we recorded at the beginning of the party for probably 30 or 45 minutes or something. And Alaria was going around shooting a bunch of videos of people interacting with different games and things like that were set up. But I mean, I think you can get like custom hats made in here this year, and like there's all kinds of food and drinks and everything. So definitely worth stopping by and checking that out. All you got to have to get in is some sort of pass to FinceTech. So if you've registered, at some point on Tuesday, that's your admission ticket into the party. So doesn't cost anything. We will be in booth number 516. So I would also say maybe stop by and check that out and say hello. It's always cool to meet people that listen to the show if we haven't met before. If you've never been to our booth, we do normally set up a little putting green and we play a little game. So we'll set $100 bill sits on this putting green. And if you can putt and stop the ball on top of the $100 bill, then you get to keep it. You don't have to give us any contact information. You don't have to talk to us about software or anything else. Just stop by, try it, and you might win $100. You never know. It's always fun to see because you get the people that are like super serious about golf and play golf, 3 days a week. But it's not like that, right? It's more like putt putt because you're on a green that is currently rolled up in a bag that we're gonna unroll and put in the floor, and then it's laying on top of a piece of carpet, and people are walking all over it all day and everything. So it's not like actually going out and putting on a green, but it's pretty fun to watch. And the people that are like, "Oh, I have no idea," are a lot of times the ones that get lucky and actually win the money there. So we're also going to give away a TV. So if you've never seen our booth, we normally have a TV in there or two, and we have a little video of São Paulo that kind of displays on loop on one of the TVs. And so if you enter, you do have to enter to win that, right? So we're just going to take business cards, or we have some little business card size forms that you can fill out. Those will all be put in a box or a bucket or I don't know, something, and we'll draw one out of there. We need your contact information because we need to know who you are and we need to be able to get in touch with you, right? So it's not for like marketing or anything like that, but yeah, so you can win a TV, maybe win $100, come by, hang out, say hello. And if you are inclined, you can check out the software. Yeah, so we talked a lot last week about trade shows and the benefits of going to trade shows and all that kind of stuff. So I still stand behind all of that. It's still, to me, it's worth it. It's worth getting there. Going to all the educational stuff is awesome. But just kind of walking around and seeing all the products that are available and stuff that you haven't seen yet, that's really good. So I would say if you go walk around, meet people, you might wind up at dinner or something else with some people after the show. And then you go to some educational stuff and you will for sure walk away with something. And yeah, if you walk around the show, you might walk away with a new product line that you offer to your customers, or some other competitive advantage that you didn't have when you went. So there's still time to get there. It's still a few days away. It's not going to be as cheap now as it could have been, but there's still time. So I would still suggest to people to come out and check it out. I don't know what the show is going to be next week. We might air something we've done before. We might be able to record something from the show floor. That's ideal. But really at FinCETech, it gets a little bit crazy. There's a lot of stuff going on. We have a full agenda of things to do before and after the show just about every day. And so it does get a little bit crazy, but we'll try to do something and try to at least get a video or so that we can get uploaded and air next week. For people who aren't able to get there, you can see it, see what it's all about. Maybe it'd be something for you to check out next year. So yeah, basically we're all going to be surprised at whatever comes out next week, but it'll be something some kind of way. So that's pretty much what I have for today. I do appreciate all of you still. I know this is a really short episode. Just wanted to stop by and say hey and get those few things out there. Like I said, if you're coming, the YFP round table Tuesday morning 9:15 to 10:45, the Pickets and Peaks party Tuesday night, and we'll be in booth 516 the few days that the show is open, and would be happy to shake your hand and meet you. So if you get a chance, come on by. Thanks. We'll see you next time.